welcome everyone to yet another episode of Bumping Into Walls here on CJSW 98.9 FM, your number one community and campus radio station. Hey, and as I said, this is Bumping Into Walls, and you're with Anthony and Dave.
How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Anthony here. How you doing, guys?
Boy, should have spoke for you, Anthony. But
That's fine. That's all good, man.
You know, I mean, my wife kind of speaks for me sometimes.
Well,
I shouldn't be really throwing her under the bus.
Don't throw her under the bus. We're all going to tell her, buddy.
No, I know. She'll probably... oh,
well, speaking of wives, guys, I mean, think of it this way. If you're visually impaired or blind, that would be the hardest person to buy anything for, and that's what we're going to talk about. So
we are, but you know what? Before we go ahead with that, because it's interesting, but let's touch back. We talked a few episodes about tech. You know, one thing I thought of when I went home that day is artificial intelligence. So what do you think? Good, evil, bad? Boy, especially with this chat GPT. And you know what?
GTT, yeah.
You know, maybe we've talked about, there's also, you can artificially make pictures of, say, former President Donald Trump getting arrested, I heard, or something like that. So It's very interesting, scary. So Anthony, just quickly, your thoughts on the whole chat GPT or AI in general, like good, bad, evil, or do you think it's going to destroy us all?
Well, I think in a lot of cases you can even take someone's voice. So, for example, someone could take your voice and it could say, I don't know, I love zucchini. And so then everyone in the world thinks that Dave is like a sponsor for some zucchini farm somewhere, right? Yes, I think it's great for us in some ways, but also it makes people's brains mushy because they don't use their own brains to go, is this real? And it's gotten so good now that you can't tell the difference between just messing about and realness.
No, I agree. It's very interesting, weird. It's just, AI. Like, think about with Siri. Siri is a very good thing, especially when you're blind or visually impaired.
But don't rely on it. You better know how to dial your iPhone, because if you're in a place where there is no Siri and you rely on that thing, you are done.
And you know what? Even with that, I remember when Siri first came out with the home button, and then they took away the home button.
I love the home button.
I know. It's like Apple. What are you doing?
They're making it easier and giving people more screen space, which if you're totally blind, you don't care about because you can't use it anyway.
No, it kind of reminds me in the world of amateur radio, but hey, we're not going to touch on that.
We just wanted to bring it up and let people think.
But you know, in the world of amateur radio, there's different types of radios and what have you, and some of them have beautiful colored screens and what have you. But anyways, well, I'm going to leave that at that. But you know, it's just one of those deals in terms of AI. It's very interesting. Like, it's used for good.
Yes.
Take my Orcam Read.
Yeah, we talked about that last month.
We talked about that last episode or whatever. So, again, it can be used for good. But, anyways, that's going to bring me back, I guess, to what to buy a couple of blind guys. I mean, sheesh, for a gift. Blind or visually impaired. I mean, heck, there's so much out there. And I know you were talking about, well, there's a few places where you can get it. One, I guess, I would say go on Amazon, that's my first thought, and look up, I don't know, I mean, oh my gosh, and the thing is the technology, and again, we're kind of waffling back and forth a little bit on that, but really, it's what it is. It is tech. And I'm just thinking with, let's say, there's so many that intertwine in terms of whether you have dyslexia.
Yes, correct.
Well. Yeah. So they're ideal for both worlds.
Sure they are.
But anyways, and for the blind or visually impaired community, I really, in terms of tech and what to buy, if you have a tech lover on your hands, you certainly could look at a computer.
Yes, you could.
You could look at a phone. And I know what some folks out there, wait a minute. How do a couple of blind dudes use a computer? Well, I am partially sighted, so I do have some sight. For me, it's fairly easy. and sometimes a learning curve, like learning how
Like
to run.
today, yeah.
Like today, but hey,
It's all good.
we're learning. But most importantly, I guess your thoughts on, because you live with no sight.
That's right.
And boy, you sure don't let that slow you down
Try not
in any
to.
way, shape, or form. I mean, we won't talk about your bowling games.
No, my
but,
bowling is good in the 60s,
well,
but hey, whatever,
well,
right?
60s will take, or gutter
I'll take her,
balls.
man. I'll take 'em.
You know, if you gutter balls, I've seen you get a few, but that's
Sure.
okay. I mean, I'm not that competitive.
No,
Only
me neither.
against-
I just
Only
go and have
against
fun.
my wife.
Oh.
You know, when she beats me, I get quite upset.
Aw.
Guys out there,
Wah.
well, gotta.
So
Anyways,
no, I mean,
seriously.
I mean, if you think about it, we use a it's called a screen reader, and it speaks everything on your screen. Now, there's two of them that are in the world now. There's one called JAWS, Job Access with Speech. Now, if you've got someone who wants to buy you something, that's probably, we'll say, $1,300 on a
Oh, is
good
that
day.
all? Okay.
Yeah, that's all. That's
I'll,
all.
look-
$1,300. Yeah.
I'll look in my wallet here.
Look
and
in your wallet and see what you can pull
see
out.
what I can pull out.
But you also have to be.
I can give you $5.
Oh, well, that's a start.
Okay.
Now, a lot of the things that I did some homework because everyone knows if you've been around long enough.
You're a geek.
Yeah, I'm a geek.
Anthony, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony is a geek.
Yes. So I did
I'm
some
serious,
homework. I
but
did some homework and discovered there are 2 stores in Canada that you can buy stuff. Now, you can buy everything from board games that are in Braille, like Monopoly, and they're not cheap because, well, you have to put the Braille on all the squares. So, and it's a limited market. So, Braille cards can limit anywhere from $10 to $25, depending on where you shop. Believe it or not, yes, $50 is the highest I've ever seen for a deck of cards. $50 for a deck of cards. They're like, what? So there's one store in the country out of Vancouver. It is called the Braille Superstore. No, not where you buy your food. It's a different store, and it sells everything from decks of cards to kitchen gadgets to some computer accessories, and they cover the stuff that helps like the everyday living. Then you have certain stores like that do just technical stuff, right? Like Freedom Scientific. You can buy Braille displays, and that basically takes your computer and transfers everything on your screen into Braille if you're a Braille user. So yeah, there's lots out there. Everything from decks of cards. I think Uno cards are even there, believe it or not. I guess that's a big thing for some people, right? There's a lot out there, but music, there's music players, there's specialized music players that are more adaptable. There's all kinds of things. So, I mean, it doesn't make it any easier, but at least now you've got 2 resources you can also buy from America because certain things aren't available here sometimes. So you're going to be paying a little extra on the old exchange rate. But, LS&S is a smaller store in America, and it's family run. So, you get better service than you might with some of the larger ones. And yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, it depends what your interests are. You can get like a Daisy player, which is about $600, which plays music. It plays our books. The really small ones that are called streams, you can get those. Or there's other models, but there's a lot out there. So I mean, what would you get someone, Dave? I mean, people buy me gift cards sometimes, like for restaurants or whatever. Sometimes just because Christmas is one of those weird times of year.
Oh, whether it's Christmas or birthday, yeah. And as a matter of fact, I think, folks, I've known Anthony for, quite a while. We both cross-country skied with the Special Olympics. So that's how I got to know Anthony and, of course, your girlfriend.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess that's why how things work with the wheel. What I would get you is exactly gift cards. Any, when I think about it, if it's not tech, anything I can think of getting someone, like, let's say if they are, I should say a drinker, but if they like
their
booze,
spirits,
they like their spirits, let's get them a bottle of whiskey or whatever. So in terms of tech, boy,
food is another thing.
Food, yeah, exactly.
If you're a cook, a lot of blind people do cook, so or recipe books are a big thing sometimes. Although you can pick anything up on the web, but sometimes you're not sure of the quality of some of the recipes you find. Whereas in a recipe book, you got a little bit more of a chance, but because they do sell Braille recipe books. So, I mean, we're kind of in this weird space now where guys like me, who are in their 50s, lived on Braille, everything on paper. Now everything is either online or it's on a Braille display. And so you're kind of in that strange space. But I mean, yeah, there's music, CDs. I mean, heck, you can get someone an Apple subscription for music or Amazon or whatever. That's like so much a year.
Audible.
Well, you could do that. Yes, you could. Yeah, you could do that because Audible comes out with stuff a lot faster than even our Canadian Equitable Library organization does for access. Comes out with, yeah. So there's lots of that stuff. I mean, even if you're really into concerts now, that's going to be harder than it once was because, concerts are harder to get tickets for and they're getting very expensive.
They're expensive and just hard
to get. But if you like going to, I know there's a lot of great blues bars in this town. If you like your blues, you go downtown and check out the Blues Can. It's really reasonable. I mean, our friend Donald Ray Johnson's been known to play down there a couple of times a year. So
there you go.
There's lots of possibilities. It's going to be interesting to see what comes this year because of the new reality of finances. But like I said, those are resources because before the internet showed up, you went through CNIB for everything. But CNIB didn't have the resources and the connections to pull in stuff that we'd see coming in from the States. Now we have a deal with American Printing House for the Blind where we've got pretty much all of their stuff as well as ours. So, I mean, CNIB is a little more expensive, but it all depends, right? If you're in a market where, like I know for me, when I bought the liquid level indicators from the Braille Superstore, I called them up, told them what I was looking for, put it on my credit card. They sent it to me in an envelope, which was in, first in the regular mail, and it got here when it got here, and all was good. Put the batteries in, you buy batteries for the thing, put it in, good to go.
By the way, good job on the water sound last episode when you brought in your liquid level indicator. Besides, obviously, we can't
drink in here.
We can't have drinks, spirits, water, or anything like that here. So
I was like,
I guess that throws that idea out the window. But no, I'm kidding.
I already asked, and our powers that be said no.
So I guess that's a no. No, but seriously, it's really, I think you could buy almost anything really.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be tech.
It doesn't have to be. And tech is not hard to find, but it can be expensive. Some of the companies will go on a payment plan. I know some companies in the past used to have payment plans for things. If you were buying something, especially if it was tech related, you might want to put it in the person's name you're buying for, not yours, because that could get messy. So once you do that, you're good to go. Like for me, my screen reader every 2 years gets a license renewal. So I get 2 years plus another year. So we're looking at you buy one product and you get two included with a specialized maintenance agreement. And that just keeps you updated because unfortunately with technology, it changes drastically. So I mean, there's lots of stuff you could do. Sometimes it's just going out to a good restaurant, hanging out with friends. Oh, we'll buy your dinner for your birthday. There's that too. There's all kinds of things out there.
Oh my gosh, we've done it. Been to your Olive Garden there.
You betcha.
With you and of course your girlfriend Megan and a
whole bunch of other folks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bunch of other people there that we normally hang out with.
For sure.
That was great. As a matter of fact, I think you had those chocolate donuts or whatever that they had. I'm sure they still do.
Oh, I know they do.
Anybody who works at or has been to Olive Garden, you know what we're
talking about. It's the fast food of Italian food.
Yeah.
It's good, though.
No, it really is. It really is. But we had some good
like gift cards for restaurants is another good thing, too.
Oh, gosh. So, I mean, I know both my lovely wife and I, we love gift cards to movies, restaurants,
for sure.
You name it. So, and certainly, obviously, if you're a techie, well, there's tech.
There's lots, but you got to know it's
But you got to, exactly. You have to know it's expensive. It can change. And of course, a laptop. It can be done, folks.
Oh, yes, it can. You have to do your homework, though, because our adaptive equipment needs so much RAM to make it work. You have to find out. They'll give you a minimum, but if you're not sure, you talk to your local CNIB, talk to the people in charge on the tech side and say, I'm looking to do this. What do I really need to make this work? And they'll help you out because that changes. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, it is. Whether
Even buying them a backup drive for their drive. You go to the Best Buy or something. It doesn't have to be blindness related tech either.
No, that's the beauty of it. I mean, we just said, I guess what to buy a couple of blind guys, but really,
Yeah.
it can be anything that one could think of. I mean, certainly with no sight, there are.
There are certain things you're not going to buy me. I mean,
certain
you're not going to buy me a
challenges.
car.
I don't know. Folks, a true story. I did have a driver's license. I've always told you can help me back up my vehicle, but I think we would have.
We would have gone splash into
had
Sylvan
a
Lake that
bit
day.
of yeah. Yes, our trip. Actually, it was Drumheller, and then we've been through Sylvan Lake. I've told you, if you just hold your white cane out the window.
Oh, that's another
okay.
thing. You know how often
But a
we
white
go through
cane,
white
yeah,
canes, man?
That's just it.
You can buy them from your local CNIB, and they're about the same price as a distributor in Montreal anyway. So really, you're not saving anything. And the beautiful thing is if you're in a major market like Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, Vancouver, they all have offices. But if you're in a smaller place like Grand Prairie or Lethbridge, well, it takes more planning. And the beautiful thing about the CNIB store is they have a phone line you can call and they can help you sort stuff out. So they'll ship it. You got to pay shipping, of course, but whatever. Canes are always something useful if you are that ilk where your site has gotten to that stage. Even cane tips. You can buy cane tips. They can go anywhere from $4 to, I think, 15, 16, because there are a couple of different types.
Oh, you know what? And I love, there they are, and I love my white cane. I thought to myself when I first got it, oh man, but seriously, absolutely love it. True thing. We're veering a little off, but that's okay. I was at Costco and had my white cane out. Good thing I actually cut somebody off in line unintentionally. Thank goodness they see that white cane, and they're they're forgiving. Which is a good thing.
There are some people that have never seen one in their lives before, too. So you have to remember that as a blind person. So you can't lose your collective marbles. Because you know what? Some people that come from places that the blind are locked away, believe it or not.
No,
so
seriously.
you are going to get that.
So if I ask you to research...
don't.
You know what? No.
Don't.
No. I asked you to research something and my inbox exploded. But seriously, Anthony is very good at researching and preparing. I'm more get behind the mic and let's have a conversation. So we both have our different skill sets.
Well, here's the other thing that I think might help those of us who are in the States, because I think we are going to be getting a market from over there. A lot of your agencies, your local blindness agencies, your lighthouses, your local agencies in your local states, that's where you're going to get your white canes. Although sometimes they're a little more expensive than some of the other stores, and you can always get white canes. Like there are two kinds. There is the white cane that I use, and then there is a white cane that is just like an identification cane. It's a little slimmer, and you could probably snap it a lot easier. It just tells people, hey, I'm blind, I have a sight issue. The other one is more of I'm using it every day, and if I whack it into a tree or a person or a desk around here, it's not going to snap in two. Or it gets stuck in a door, which can happen.
Yeah, no, I was showing what an identification cane looks like.
Yeah.
And I told them to give me the mobility cane is what it's called.
That's what it's called. That's
or as Anthony calls it, is whacking stick.
Well, no, sort of, depending on my mood.
Depending on your mood, but I've seen you use that thing. You're a beast. Jeez. We're walking down the wonderful Kew and Hall, and boy, sometimes that can get busy. And I tell you, of course, I've got a white cane, so it was a couple of blind guys
trucking down this food court.
And of course, I carry oxygen, so think about that for a minute, folks.
Get out of the way of the cart.
So, let's draw you a mental picture. And of course, I carry one of those e-cylinders, which require a cart. So then I do have my white cane with me, which is very hard to finagle. So Anthony knows to go to the left or whatever. So you got a couple of blind dudes just walking down there with their white canes, and honestly, I've seen people either actually move out of the way
or jump over it.
Oh yeah, they do jump over,
which is funny. It's like watching hopscotch.
Yeah, well, I was around West Edmonton Mall with a friend of mine who I've known for a very long time, and people they know better.
Well, and that's good. That's good to see that, people realize we're out there, we're doing our things. And then, of course, the folks with guide dogs, though I wouldn't get in the way of a guide dog because, they get one track minded, and yeah, like I said, we're off track, but what we're saying here is gifts can be anything. So we've given you some amazing resources here, and I don't know where you want to take this, but
seriously, that's what I love about this. This is our show.
Mm-hmm.
We can do whatever the world we want.
And sometimes
we've been given such a great opportunity.
It's like a big canvas
to talk to our listeners, because really that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. We're just having a chat,
talking to the Calgary area and beyond in some cases. Really, but yeah, we've given some. So it goes to show you, it doesn't have to be. But a white cane is a very good thing to, if one needs it. Because boy, I broke mine or whatever, and luckily the good folks at CNIB had a spare one. So
they cost about $48 to $50. So
expensive.
If you're smart, you'll buy a second one when you're there buying your first one, because the elastics in those things will one day just go snap. And of course, if your bottom elastic goes, it can't unfold. So now you've got a useless cane in your hand that you can't use. So if you're smart, buy a second one, good to go. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but you got one in your back of the closet.
But hey, Uno cards.
They're colored.
When was the last time you played Uno, sir?
How about never? Now,
what? Oh yeah, that's right. You can't see.
But you see, that's the beautiful thing. Someone figured they'd develop it for us. So what they've done is each color has a letter. So gray, orange, green. I don't know what the freaking colors are on Uno, but yellow I think is in there somewhere. So you'd have the number 3, and then like the color, which would be Y, I guess. I guess that's how that works. I've never actually looked at a deck, but I did some homework. You know me, I do my homework, and that's what I discovered.
Yeah, that's right. There's usually green, red, yellow, blue, and whatever. So what you're saying is, if it's a Y, that would mean yellow.
Yes.
So there you go. I used to play Uno. I still have played different versions of Uno as an adult. So there you go. So really, it doesn't always have to be high tech.
No, it doesn't.
Saying. It could be, I guess this goes into the realm of low tech.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to speak on the visual impairment side of things. I guess there is a magnifying glass. Perfect. You can get those for dirt cheap.
Yeah, but you got to be careful though, because at some point, the magnifying glasses in the drugstores and stores won't do you any good, because you've lost so much sight. That's where someone like a CNIB would be the best place to go.
Oh, yes. Definitely go to your Canadian National Institute
for the Blind. Or whatever agency is in your town, whether it's a lighthouse or, if
you're stateside, of course.
Yeah, if you're stateside, or RNIB, Royal National Institute for the Blind in England, because we never know, we might make it over there. They're actually one of the bigger places for making great stuff, too. So a lot of stuff comes from there, and it works its way across the pond, and we eventually see it a couple of years later.
And as you know, folks who have listened to previous episodes, Anthony and I are big Daisy Player fans. We both like audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
What have you. So really, I guess that's bringing me back to the whole Audible subscription, if one wants. I know iTunes cards, but
if you lose a subscription, here's what the disadvantage of that is. So the subscription runs out. You can't afford it. You've now lost all your books. So as long as you're aware of that, you're good.
Well, that's not a good thing.
No, but it's good to know that, right?
Well,
so you get a subscription for a year, and then poof. Heck, even getting a subscription for, absolutely anything now. Everything's going subscription. I mean, the only thing you don't have to get a subscription for is maybe CJSW, because we rock all the time. But you could subscribe to all the great podcasts that are over there too. So, there's, like I said, gifts can be anything, but we wanted to give you the resources so that if you do have someone in your life who's visually impaired or blind, you don't go, oh my God, what do I do?
And certainly, as I said earlier, Anthony, that doesn't slow you down at all, having no sight. You've you've done quite a bit for yourself. I mean, you're living independently, so to speak.
Yeah. That's right, living with a roommate.
You're living with a roommate, but that's okay.
That's fine. A lot of us are doing that right now.
You still come and go as you wish. You get
access booked up, get her done.
You make your own decisions in terms of what to do with your own money.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff like that, so certainly I certainly admire that. Oh, as I said before, cross-country skiing.
If you're a big skier, you wait till the skis go on sale, because here in Calgary, they have a ski sale every year. And it's down at the Big Four, or it used to be the Big Four. So, I mean, if you know you've got someone in your world that does that, don't just think in the blindness realm. But
As I said, it could be. It doesn't have to be. I guess we focus in on the blind or partially sighted because really that's our world.
yeah,
But really, I mean, exactly the big ski sale. I was gonna get myself a pair of cross-country skis, but and you know what? The whole getting up early thing just
yeah.
wasn't my thing at the time.
You know, the other thing that just popped in my head,
Sure.
we're talking about blindness. Now, I bet you didn't know this, but any guide dog school, if you have a guide dog, there's a lot of stuff you can buy for people at a guide dog school. I mean, you can get
What?
like, oh
Really?
yeah,
I didn't
they
know
have a store. All the guide dog schools have gift shops, but you can buy lots of cool stuff in there for people. Like, I mean,
So does that mean you can dress your dog up for Halloween? People do that all the time.
Yes, but I'm just thinking of things like extra leashes. Because dogs, if you're laying down on the floor as a dog and you're bored, what are you going to do? You're going to chew your leash. Next thing you know, you got a leash that don't work. So, I would buy someone, if they're a guide dog user, buy them that second leash because they're never going to know when they're going to need to use it. They're usually leather leashes, so the doggies kind of like to chew them.
You ever think they'd ever? I wonder if there's that. I doubt it. Guide cats. You think?
I've heard of guide ponies.
What?
So I don't know what you'd buy your guide pony. But
Seriously?
in England, they had guide ponies at one time, and they
A
would
guide
would
pony.
put a diaper on the darn. It was about the same size as a Labrador or a bigger dog, and you'd put this diaper because you have to go in a building, right? You can't pick up off because horses leave lots of big stuff around. So they put the guide pony diaper on. I don't know if it ever stayed as a thing, but it was there. I mean, it's great for people out of the country and in the country and whatnot.
Could you imagine here in Calgary? Hey, that would be a thing.
Oh, sure.
I
You
mean,
can't ride them,
horses-
though.
No, of course not. But
Around Stampede time, party on. If you don't know what Stampede is, it's 10 days of thinking you're a cowboy.
hey, and good eats. There's always free pancake.
Free pancakes every friggin' day. And unfortunately, you can't get any gift cards for those because they're all free.
No. When my wife and I moved to Calgary in 2019, I think we went to a free one up at the YMCA at Royal Oak
Yeah.
and by the Walmart, and it was raining that day.
Man.
But seriously, guide ponies.
Yeah. I had discovered that. I hadn't had a chance to really look stuff up this morning. I was kind of in the midst of downloading some new awesome books.
Yeah,
and
I
was
know.
like,
I know. We were talking before we came into the station, and I was going to look up that one website. But you know what? Time got away.
Time got away with us. That's how it goes. Man.
Listening to these darn books and whatever.
You get stuck in a different world,
really
man.
do.
You get stuck in a different
Or
world.
fall asleep. It does happen,
you can do
folks.
that. Yes, you can do that.
Listening
But
to
the nice
audiobooks,
thing-
just don't fall asleep when you're listening to while driving. Please.
The nice thing about these stores is they're very well laid. These online stores for the visually impaired, they're very well laid out. So you're going to find a lot of text. You can read it. Your screen readers can read it. I've never actually did it online, however, but most of them have toll-free numbers. So, like I know the one in Vancouver did, and I thought it's easier than having to input credit card information and doing it wrong or whatever. I give them a number on the phone, good to go, right? They are a weird organization because of how they're set up, but
And believe it or not,
we're out of time.
we're almost out of time here.
We
Anthony.
did well, boys.
So before we go for this episode, really, man, and I'm gonna have a hard time answering this one.
Okay.
What is what? If someone said, "Well, Anthony, I'm gonna buy you a piece of tech," what would it be?
I wouldn't mind one of those new SE phones with a freaking home button. They're the smallest, most cheap Apple phones, and I call them the blind phone because you don't need 18 cameras on the thing. The cameras are still good. So, I mean, they're like $300-400, maybe $500. And it's got a home button. To me, home buttons are the most important thing of a phone. There's what I would go for.
Well, for me, I would want a new laptop.
Me too, actually.
I don't mind these tablets, but they're so limited.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a laptop. That's the second one on my list.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
As you could tell, folks, we are kind of nerds in way.
Yeah, we are.
Dorks, geeks, whatever. We like our tech, but that's the way it is.
That's how it is, man.
certainly, for sure. Well, everyone, do take care once again, and thank you for tuning in and putting up with us for half an hour. And hey, just listening to us. Without you, the listeners, there would be no show.
That's right.
We'd be just talking to ourselves,
Which is pretty lame.
Well, I would think so for sure. Everyone, take care, and we will talk to you within the next episode. And this has been Bumping into Walls here on CJSW 90.9 FM in the beautiful city we call Calgary, Alberta, Canada.